some movie performances leave us in awe at how well actors embody their characters and live in the moment. In some cases, the fear we see on screen is very real and we might not even know it. What's even more challenging is when actors need to overcome their own phobias to film a scene, and we applaud every single one of them.
This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description.
Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be talking about the actors forced to face their fears during filming. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Emma Watson. When it came time to audition for Belle in Beauty and the Beast, one huge fear almost made her throw in the towel. Emma hadn't sung since she was 12 and was absolutely terrified of having to sing in front of anyone, let alone millions and millions of fans. She even hated doing karaoke that was mildly terrifying, but knowing that her dream job was on the line, she leaned into her fear, challenged herself, and completely conquered. You know, I wish I could say it was a little fluffy to do, but it was that intense. If we already had a fear of tight enclosed spaces, we probably wouldn't jump at the chance to make a movie about being buried alive. Before we move on to the next actors who were forced to face their fears during filming, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, because if you don't, your fears might visit you in your dreams. So we recommend you to keep on watching. Number 2. Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds shot the entire film in a confined space, which triggered his claustrophobia and emotionally drained him. The struggle was worth it though, as the movie turned out so realistic, viewers feel like they're trapped in a box along with the main character. He recalled the experience and said, "I just felt like I would never ever, as long as I live, complain on a film set again after living through the film. It was tough. Buried was really tough emotionally and physically. I left there changed." Number 3. Salma Hayek. Quentin Tarantino, who wrote the screenplay for From Dusk Till Dawn, had to trick Hayek into agreeing to film with a snake. Salma accepted the role without knowing this little detail and tried to refuse the demand due to her fear of snakes. Then Tarantino told her that Madonna agreed to do the dance, and Hayek realized she couldn't pass up on the opportunity. In the end, Salma's scene turned out iconic, and it wasn't too scary for her because she had to be hypnotized to shoot it. She later said, "So it was good because I had to overcome my greatest fear. I had to go on trance to do the dance, and there was no choreography. It was improvised. Because you can't choreograph a snake, we don't know what she's going to do." Number 4. Sigourney Weaver. One of the most iconic scenes in the 1979 movie Alien is why a live alien explodes from John Hurt's chest. Prior to filming the terrifying scene, the cast wasn't told much, just that they were going to be sprayed with animal blood and animal organs to make it look authentic. They also didn't know that the alien would literally burst through his chest, so when it actually happened, they were terrified. Sigourney Weaver was so scared that she actually thought John Hurt was dying. They were so surprised that Veronica Cartwright legitimately passed out. And Yaphet Kotto was so traumatized that when he got home, he locked himself in his room for hours. This was all intentional, as the director wanted to get real reactions, and it's safe to say that he did. Number 5. Sylvester Stallone. Turns out that the mighty Sly has a weakness after all and actually had to be tricked to do his role in Cliffhanger. The film's director recalled how he dealt with Stallone. When he first arrived in the Italian Alps, he looked up at this 11,000-foot peak that was in front of us. I said, "That's where our set is." And he's like, "So who's going to go up there?" I said, "You are." He looks at me and he says, "You gotta be kidding me. I have a fear of heights. The highest I will ever go is the heels of my cowboy boots." The director knew Stallone wouldn't refuse to go up in front of the crew, as it would have been embarrassing, and slowly made him go higher up the mountain. As a result, they shot at 13,000 feet, and we got a thrilling movie thanks to Stallone's bravery. Number 6. Matt Damon. Scarlett Johansson exposed her We Bought a Zoo co-star when she revealed that she was watching Matt Damon cry like a baby and rock back and forth when the snakes were spread all over the set. She added, "He was pretty terrified. He was definitely sweating a bit, and maybe the sweat formed in the corner of his eye. I said, Matt, these kids are practically juggling the snakes. Hold it together." Damon admitted that Johansson's story is true and explained, "I'm afraid of snakes, and I got bullied into interacting with them by Scarlett and the kids." Number 7. Scarlett Johansson. Similarly to her co-star Matt Damon, Johansson didn't have the easiest time while working on We Bought a Zoo. Turns out, the actress has ornithophobia and had to face it on set with many different animals and birds. She explained her fear, "Something about wings and beaks and the flapping. I'm terrified of them. That still hasn't gone away. If they'd asked me to put a bird on my shoulder, I would have done it, but it would have been hard." Number 8. Uma Thurman. One of the most nail-biting scenes that came out of the Kill Bill movies was when Thurman's character, the bride, who was buried alive and needed to get out using only her skills. As intense as the scene was for the viewers, it was no picnic for the actress either. Thurman suffers from claustrophobia but said that anyone would have been terrified in her shoes. "Well, I'm claustrophobic, but you don't really have to be claustrophobic to fear being buried alive," the actress said. Number 9. Jennifer Aniston. Aniston's fear of being submerged stems from her childhood when she drove her tricycle into a pool at the age of 5. She had to face this phobia during the filming of Cake, which featured a therapy scene of her character being underwater, and it was a nightmare for Aniston. She said, "It took me 30 takes. I will never do that again." And lastly, we have number 10. Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal actually gained a fear he didn't have before during his work on Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. It was very challenging for the actor to do work with ostriches, and he ended up being scared of them. They would say, "Don't make any noise around the ostriches. They'll tear out your eyes and rip out your heart." "So I was naturally terrified," explained the actor. "They look like they're innocent, but they're really not." Luckily for Gyllenhaal, he had to run away from the birds in that scene, so his fear came in handy. His co-star, Gemma Arterton, who witnessed the entire thing and recalled, he was really scared. He ran away and the look on his face, it's not acting, it's real. Celebrities are adept at covering up their insecurities and fears. Just like layers of makeup cover up their age spots and wrinkles, a false bravado helps cover up their insecurities. Sure, their designer clothes and million-dollar accessories tend to throw us off. We simply assume that nothing ever touches these people. And yet, many are known to suffer from fears and insecurities that also plague the common people. More surprising is the fact that these stars are not shy of admitting to their fears. And that's it for today's video, guys. Well, what are your fears? Do you have any of these aforementioned phobias? Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below.
If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.